The following video might not be suitable for everyone. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey, my youth, you know where I watch? Dancehall skilla! Alright, my people, Dancehall skilla there again. Big up and respect to each and everyone. Now, once I say Dancehall skilla, most likely you're going to see videos, alright? So first off, I am going to present to you pieces of videos that shows a female who had been accused of breaking into a Burger King fast food restaurant that is located somewhere within the country of Jamaica. See? Yeah, these pieces of videos actually shows the female inside of the establishment. People want to take a look at these videos and tell me what you think, alright? Here are the pieces of videos. Take a look, listen and observe.
Right here, so it's a broke out and you're going here. Burger King, Crossroad. Crossroad, tasty.
Broke out and I'm coming here with thief.
Are you thief?
I'm a thief.
Hey, tonight me go fix your business.
Oh
hey,
God,
move,
sir,
hey,
oh
move,
God.
move.
Oh God, sir, oh God.
Gentlemen, people, I wonder if I'm hungry, she hungry, or what, you know? I'm wondering why she do something like that, you see me? And you know, based on how the female talk and so forth, I'm wondering if she, you know, have mental issues too. You see what I say? Yeah, because, you know, what if it's a mentally ill person, you know, do that action? So all of them things that me I wonder. I mean, I say these things are the case, I'm just wondering. You see me? I say, alright, so I'm going to move on to the other video. The next video I'm going to present to you, this video is going to show a man, and in the video the man talked about one of Jamaica's national hero who goes by the name of Paul Bogle. He talked about a picture that is said to be of Paul Bogle, and some allegations are circulating on social media saying that the picture is not of Paul Bogle. Yes, I said to you, the man also talked about a person who goes by the name of Mutabaruka and at least one other person. My people, why you listen to the things that this man said in this video and tell me if you agree or if you disagree with the things that he said. Alright? Here's the video. Take a look, listen and observe.
Perpendicular, Ashanti, King. Big up to Sadie and Bobby. We see lots of chatter about whether or not Maroons have rights or whether or not these rights were abrogated by anyone. The greatest thing is that we see this chatter coming from people whose great-grandfathers and before were slaves, who have nothing, no records, nothing scary. Jamaicans also have to understand the fact that you could not, they lied to you about Paul Bogle. You have a picture that is supposedly of a national hero called Paul Bogle. However, that picture turns out to be an American, an African American by the name of Thomas Jenkins, who was an inventor. So are you ready to have the discussion like people like Kabu and Espute and all these other people that we hear yapping like them are Chinese? I don't know how them love yaps up. They must be Chinese. So Kabu and Muta and Espute, I want to say a big up to Dr. Arville Taylor. We may not agree with what you wrote, sir, but big respect. You were, Mr. Taylor, one of the most engaging and enlightening lectures I had in my tenure passing through the tertiary institution. Sir, big up yourself, my brethren, Dr. Arville Taylor. But we see everyone speaking, and miraculously, that no one has addressed the issue of Thomas Jenkins. How is it you have a picture of a man you supposedly say is Paul Bogle, and we now find out that it's the picture of an American inventor by the name of Thomas Jenkins? That means when you're talking all the talking about Paul Bogle, it means you don't know nothing. Fact of the matter is, if we are to be honest, Paul Bogle and Sam Sharp were actually sellout agents of the British Crown. They were pastors. What it means if you were a pastor, it means that you were the only one on the plantation who was allowed to read. You were the agent of white supremacy on this island. You were there to subdue, contain, and quell the actions and movements of the slaves on the plantation. Paul Bogle and Sam Sharp were only killed because they failed in their duties to the white man. They were supposed to be the buffers of the white man against the black people coming to the white man. Paul Bogle didn't start a revolution or uprising. No, the people made an uprising and chatting dirty part to them and say, yo, Mr. Bogle, come tell him what we did. I say, because we want to make him know what I say. And they went for Mr. Bogle, who spoke English and read the white man's language, and pushed him up front and said, go talk to them. Having not been able to stop those Africans from going to the plantation, he was then killed because he failed in his duty to his white masters. Nothing more. So Kabu and the rest of them need to stop playing monkey see, monkey do. Because that's all you're playing. Muta, Kabu, Sir P. This is a crime thing you deal with, Sir P. Then we now investigate the crimes of the white man against your people, Sir P. Oh, I forget, Sir P. You're a sworn agent of the British Crown. I beg your pardon. Stop playing monkey see, monkey do. They lie to you. How is it that people, but we give them E for effort? People like Muta and people unearthed it for me lots of the clarity that I now have. Put inside of me the fact that these people, there was a program, I think it was Kabu or Muta, that came and says, the lies they taught you in history class. We see Kabu come out and Muta come out and they chastise what happened at the Maroon Bay Rebellion. They chastise the court system. So the very court system that killed your ancestors, all of a sudden that court system is righteous and just when it comes to talking about the Maroons. The very British system that we found to be full of lies, all of a sudden now is most truthful when it speaks about the Maroons. Or is it a mere bad mind? Again, we cannot understand how 400,000 Africans allowed 15,000 Europeans to control them, while there was about 9,000 or less indigenous Ashanti Amaru. We're going to use the names. The people didn't call themselves Amaru. 9,000 of us. When was the 400,000 going to join us in the fight? But now that we have fought, won, and guaranteed our rights, you would not defend those rights. What you would do, try to abrogate them on behalf of your white former slave masters. Because the fact is, if you're not a Maroon, it means 4 generations back in your family, you were slaves. I can go 4 generations back, that would be Barwill. If I was to go to Barwill's mother and Barwill's great-great-grandfather, at no point does slavery enter into our timeline. Your timeline was slavery, 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 slavery. Your timeline in the West, if you're not a Maroon, was slavery, 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 slavery. Emancipation. I'm going to show you even the failure of these journalists and these people that pretend Pan-Africanism. Do you know what the word emancipation means in law? Let me give you clarity and present some alacrity to the issue. In the law dictionary, I think it's the Black's 4th edition, emancipation is defined as the transferal of ownership. So the emancipation of slavery, of the slaves, was merely the transferal of the ownership of the slaves to the crown. That is why the crown paid the slave master, because the crown then assumed authority and control and ownership. That's all emancipation was. How come you not present that to my people, Kabu and Muta and the rest of you, that was yapping like Chinese? How come that information was not presented and that clarity? Because in the context of an understanding that emancipation is merely the transferal of ownership, you would know that you are slaves still. We see, are we going back to Mutabaruka and Kabu? These people did poll their names. Now, The government registered a corporation named Andrea Williams. Miss Williams decided that she don't want to use that name, rightfully so, that's a slave master name. But all she did was to change the name by which the corporation is addressed. It's now addressed as a creature of the state, a creature of the crown. That corporation is now addressed as Kabu Ma'at Keru. That's no liberation. It is the dirty Maroon Rasta that has presented first to the nation, to Jamaican people, the schematics and the scam of the birth certificate and the fact that it is written in full capitals, and that makes it, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, the definition of how you address a registered, legal, incorporated entity. I am not a corporation. Kabu and Muta, you are mere corporations, as in your birth certificates, your passports have a full capitals, name Kabu Ma'at Keru. And once it's in full capitals, that's a corporation. Let me break down corporation for you. Corp, from the Latin meaning dead. Oration, from the Greek speaking. So if you still use a full capitals name, mutabaruka and or Kabu Ma'at Keru, it means that you are on the radio talking negativity about Maroons, but you're merely a corporation. You're a dead speaking. If you did not present that clarity to us, Kabu and Muta, that's a liberation clarity to free the people from the slavery of the crown. So we are then made to wonder, are people like you master masons or initiates of the female chapters of the Masonic orders? Because we know lots of Rastaman. We're going to join them large, you know. We see Rastaman reach to even the head of the Nyabingi order, who was an initiator of them orders. So we have to wonder, because we hold no secrets and we took no oaths, so we will speak the truth. The word appeared as a pillar of flame out of the darkness. The name of that word is reason. Reason is the offspring of intelligent, edified thought. Reason divides light from darkness and establishes unequivocal truth. So, if you were comfortable changing your deed poll in your name to Kabu Ma'at Keru, but still being a corporation, a dead speaking, you are not in any way prepared to present any degrees of liberation to my people. You are just seeking to make yourself look like a light for the people. No, man. Basra is the man blazing the perfect black light.
John, know my people, that man really and truly said some things that have me thinking. As a man say, yeah, you know, him really said some things about mutabaruka. As a man say, yeah, but anyways, listen now, my people, what really and truly me I think about doing is that picture of Paul Bogle. Now, some places on social media, some persons are saying that that picture is not of Paul Bogle, but of a African-American inventor who goes by the name of Thomas Jenkins. You see me? Now, it's not the first me hear people that talk about this thing. Actually, I see one post where a whole heap of people comment on that post on Facebook, and I think that might be one of the things that really and truly triggered this whole thing that is being said on social media about Paul Bogle's picture. You see me? So I do some research, people. I do some real intensive research. I say, yo, I have to get some answers. I go from and off Wikipedia to make sure I do some research. And believe me, the results are, you know, it's like they are not quite accurate with certain things to the allegations. Listen what I mean now. The allegations on social media by some persons are that the picture is not of Paul Bogle. But when we do my research on Wikipedia and other places online, that same picture is there saying that that picture shows Paul Bogle. Right? Me have a picture, you know, because I don't know what else we call it, even though a black and white image and so forth. You see what I say? Yeah, how it looks. So, you know, many places on social media, that same image or that same picture is there saying that that picture shows Paul Bogle, right? According to the context of the things written on those articles that I saw. See me? However, when we search up for the African-American inventor who goes by the name of Thomas Jenkins, me not see where the same picture there beside that name everywhere. Only a few places, and them the places there are no credible sources to me. I tell you straight up and down. So I say, yeah, them places they're not credible sources to me. So me can't really and truly say, okay, that's true. So right about now, based on my findings, I would more likely to say that that picture is Paul Bogle until otherwise proven. Now that me have to say right now, you see me? But can you imagine if that picture really and truly is not a Paul Bogle? Can you imagine the embarrassment behind the whole thing for Jamaica people? Of course, that I'm thinking. I'm talking about Jamaica government and officials and all these things. Can you imagine the embarrassment behind it? So how that picture end up becoming a picture saying that it is of Paul Bogle, if that picture is not Paul Bogle? You see me, I say, that me I think about the embarrassment. But let's see how this whole thing turns out. You see me, I say, because if it is true that the picture is not Paul Bogle, one day somebody are going to prove it. You see me, I say, you know what, I never talk too much about this thing. So I'm going to leave it right here. So big up and respect each and everyone. And until the next time, if you're new to my channel, don't be afraid to click the subscribe button. My name is Dancehall Skilla. Big up on yourself. You see it?
Hey, my youth, you know where I watch.